Hey Ranger fans, this is your favorite hopscotch master, aka Jesse, aka the Golden Green Ranger. Why? Well, go Power Rangers. Or are they stronger than before? It doesn't matter, both are awesome. Anyway, today I wanted to show off my Ranger collection. Boom. Alright, done. No, I'm just kidding. I'll get into detail about everything. It's not the biggest collection in the world, just because I started about 2 years ago. I'll get into later on why I started actually collecting. But I really enjoy it. I love my Ranger collection. I got some kind of neat things in here that maybe I just think are neat, but hopefully you like them. But we're actually going to start all the way up top with a gold power staff from Zeo. My wife actually got that for me for my birthday last year. I was pretty thrilled because, as you know, my second favorite Power Ranger of all time is the Gold Ranger from Zeo. So I thought that was really neat, and I'm pretty happy with it. But let's go to the first shelf. You're going to see the White Ranger Lightning Collection helmet. This is the one Hasbro put out, so it's a little smaller than the Banzai helmets they used to make. But I still think it's really cool. I have it on the stand over here. And then over here, the Red Ranger helmet. I know, interesting question on why I don't have the Green Ranger helmet, and that is literally just because I started collecting 2 years ago after Hasbro already had the license, and they haven't reissued the Green Ranger helmet. Not that that's going to be any easier when it comes out, because I'm sure it's going to sell out immediately. Dead center in the middle is one of those really expensive detailed Hot Toys Rangers. They're a lot of money, so I only asked for one of them. I asked actually for Christmas for this. My wife ended up getting it for me. It's the Green Ranger. He is my favorite. They're really, really nice. I might add to the collection. I'm not sure, but I definitely wanted the Green Ranger, so I got that one. Over here is the Megazord. I also got this for Christmas. It is the one where the chest plate gets removed, and you can see the Rangers inside. Like the rest of the internet, though, I agree that the Rangers were in the head, and not inside the chest. But I guess there was no way to kind of fit them in the helmet or make it removable or anything like that. Next to it is the Megazord from Zeo, which is one of my favorite seasons. I really, really like Zeo. I think it's a very underrated season. So, of course, I had to pick up that Megazord. These are original flip heads, not from 93. These are the reissues they did a couple years ago, but they're based off the designs from 1993 that originally came out. One Zeonizer, both Morpher sides. They work. They're actually Banzai. Pretty happy with those. I actually found them online for a decent price. Little diecast metal Gold Ranger, diecast metal Zeo Green, just because I love the Zeo franchise. We're going to go down to my second shelf with the Megazord from Mighty Morphin. In front, some more diecast Rangers. I wanted it to look like, the Rangers were kind of in front of their Zords, so I thought I kind of pulled that look off. In the back, you'll see the two vintage figurines they put out. Really, really thought they were cool, so I picked them up immediately. If we go over here, we have Tommy in both green and white. Like I said, I'm not a huge White Ranger fan. I do remember when he became the White Ranger, and it was awesome, but I always preferred him in green. But, of course, I'm going to pick up the Lightning Collection of the White Ranger, especially was my late brother's favorite Ranger, so it's nice to kind of have, just like having the helmet up here. And the back, you'll see the original Mighty Morphin Morpher with all the power coins, the Dragon Dagger, of course. Big fan of that. The Gold Ranger and Red Ranger, I kind of put them together because it was both costumes or Ranger powers Jason had. Playing cards that are Power Ranger theme. I'm actually going to make a video on these one day because there's a mistake in the playing cards, even though they're officially released or Power Ranger merchandise, but there's a mistake in the playing cards I think is really interesting, and I'll show that off one day. In the back, you see the pink Morpher. I picked that up just because I thought it was really cool, and I'm probably going to try to get any other Morphers they put out. And then right here is something really interesting. I met Rocky himself. He signed an autograph for me. And this was something he was selling. He said he only sold it himself. He could have been pulling my leg just to get a sale, but dude was super nice. It was awesome, but if you recognize it, it's the dragon from the second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Thunderzord. As we know, it was from a different Sentai footage, or a different Sentai show, but they just combined it with Mighty Morphin because they didn't want to get rid of that. So he signed it back. On this side is the Tronosaurus, on the other side is the dragon. I thought that was just the coolest thing, so I had to pick that up immediately. If we go down to this shelf, this is my little Ranger army, which I adore. It goes, I wouldn't say in order of importance, but I would say my favorites are kind of closer to the front. But they're kind of scattered. I wanted to put them in a theme. Like, if I had my favorites in the front, it would definitely be different. But I wanted to keep each show with each show. So I got In Space in the front with the Phantom Ranger, because I kind of count him from In Space, as well as Turbo. The Lightning Collection figurine pack said In Space, so that's why I have him with In Space. I got 3 Mighty Morphins. The only one I'm missing is the Pink Ranger, which I actually have ordered, so she should be coming in eventually. It's Zach with a shield from the episode where Tommy lent Zach with his shield, which I thought was really awesome. Notice in the back I have 3 Dino Thunders. I have Ethan, Connor, and Trent. And then in the back I have almost every SPD Ranger except for the ones I haven't released yet. I'm a huge fan of SPD. I think it's a really, really good season. I would say underrated, but most people recognize how good SPD is. But that's why I have so many SPD Rangers, because I think it's such a great season. And they released a lot of SPD Rangers. Over to the side here, I have Beast Morphers, which is a recent season, but I thought it was really, really good. Really, really like Nate as well, so I'm pretty glad they made his Lightning Collection figure. If you're confused what you see in the background, that's actually from Dino Fury, the newest season. Those aren't Lightning Collections, but they look so good, I just kind of put them in the back, and they blend in really, really well. So some Lost Galaxy with the Magna Defender, who, if you watch my top 10 favorite Power Rangers, you know Magna Defender made that list. So did Trent, which is ironic. You also see some Zeo here. I have Adam, Tommy, and Rocky. Do not say this to Rocky himself, because I might, insult him. But I actually preferred him as Zeo Blue over Mighty Morphin Red. I thought that was a much more appropriate color for him. So I'm really happy that they put this Lightning Collection figure out for him. But I really, really like Zeo. I think it's a really underrated season. As you can see, I kept their original hands on, and just put their weapons in there, and then some of the weapons I just kept downstairs in a little box. Go down to the villain shelf. In the front from the Boom comics is Lord Draken and the Ranger Slayer. If you haven't read the Boom comics yet, they're really good. Just heads up, they're not really meant for kids. It's kind of meant for the people that grew up watching Power Rangers, so they're a little dark, some death and other things in it. But they are good. Lord Dragon, I don't want to ruin who that is if you haven't read it, but here's his Lightning Collection figure. In the back, you'll see Boom Tower, also not a Lightning Collection figure, but I really enjoyed him as a villain in Dino Fury, so I picked him up. Blaze from Beast Morphers, Scorpina from Mighty Morphin, Zed from Mighty Morphin, who is one of the only American-made villains. And look what we came up with. He is terrifying. In the back, you see Astronema from In Space. I put her with the villains because this was her villain form, even though she eventually turns good. Goldar, King Sphinx, which is a Mighty Morphin villain, probably one of the more famous ones just because of his design. Tango Warrior, which I went back and forth on getting just because I wasn't huge on the Tango Warriors, but, I thought I love the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie, so why not put them in there? We have 2 of the Alpha Squad from SPD, which we know eventually comes out in that season. Spoiler alert, that they have turncoat. They became bad, so that's why I have them with villains. And then, of course, all the Psycho Rangers, which I just dusted the other day, but it looks like not well enough because some of them still have dust on them. I know that Psycho Silver was Zane, but I didn't know where else to put him. Plus, he looks really good with the rest of the Psycho Rangers, so I kind of just left him here. We move down to the next shelf. 2 of the statue figurines. Zach, who is one of my favorite Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin, obviously, Tommy's my top favorite, but I really, really like Zach. That's why I ran out and got his statue. Big fan of the Ranger Slayer. I love that concept, so that's why I literally own her 3 times with different figurines and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with her. I thought that was a really cool design. Over there is Ninjor, who I thought was really neat. I really like his flip head over here. He flips into his Megazord mode. Some more die-cast villains. The Dino Fury Morpher with the keys. The reissued flip heads they did with Tommy and the White Ranger. In the background, you'll see the full Mighty Morphin series and seasons 4 through 7, which is Zeo through Lost Galaxy, which I consider the end of the Zordon era, just because I know he died in space, but I feel like Lost Galaxy touched on a lot of Zordon story arcs still, like with the Psycho Rangers and stuff returning, so I consider that the final season of the Zordon era. But I know people disagree online, and we're all entitled to our opinion. That's a great thing about being a Power Ranger fan. Over here is the rest of the series. I don't have everyone. If I didn't like a series or I didn't hear good things about it because I haven't watched every Power Ranger series, I didn't pick it up. I actually haven't watched all of these either. I've been very, time is pretty hard, and who has time to sit down and put a DVD in? I noticed, if you probably peep this in the front, I have Ninja Turtles, The Next Mutations in the front. That is in the Power Ranger universe. They teamed up with the In Space season of Rangers, so I picked that up and put it right there because I feel like that's kind of, in the universe. Lightspeed Rescue, which I think is a really underrated gem. I really, really like that season. If you were sleeping on Lightspeed Rescue or don't remember great things about it, I recommend trying it again because it's really good. Time Force, I don't think anybody disagrees. Time Force is probably one of the best seasons. Jungle Fury, that I actually haven't watched. Please do not judge me. I only watched Forever Red, so I got to eventually pick that up. Then you'll see that I skipped a few, I think, or maybe I did. No. Ninja Storm, Dino Fury, SPD, Mystic Force, Jungle Fury, and then RPM. I know I skipped Overdrive somewhere in there. I also have Power Rangers Dino Charge, which I haven't watched either. I also haven't watched Jungle Fury and Mystic Force. I got to get on those. I skipped Mega Force and Super Samurai just because I heard not great things about them. But, it is what it is. I'm going to move Ninja for a minute so you get a look at this. This is, I know I have the Mighty Morphin season, but this is the 5-episode arc with Tommy coming the Green Ranger. He's my favorite, so I had to pick up that DVD. This is actually an old DVD I bought way back in the day and how I watched Forever Red. It's the best Power Rangers. And it has a couple different episodes on it, which I think is really, really neat. Next to it is the original Power Ranger movie on DVD. Next to it is the original Power Ranger movie on Blu-ray, Turbo, and then the 2016 movie, which I actually have a video about. So check it out, because I think that's a good thing that movie flopped, and you should check it out in my videos. Put Ninja back, and we'll go all the way down to the lower shelf. We got Rita down here. My Zeonizer box, which actually has 2 signatures on it, Jason David Frank and Rocky himself. I actually have the Tiger Electronics Power Ranger game. This cool wallet my wife picked up, which has the wrong Green Ranger coin on it. Yes, I don't like that design. I like it when it's the paw looking thing. Some Pogs, this really cool belt I found of Power Rangers, this tiny Power Ranger figurine, some comic books and other things, and this prized possession, this puppy right here. So if you guys go back to my last video, I had the honor of interviewing Jason David Frank, which was really, really, really awesome. He was super nice, and he's my favorite Ranger of all time. So if you get a chance to, interview your favorite Ranger, somebody you watched back in 1993, you're going to frame the ticket that you went and seen. So my wife picked up that frame for me. I was super excited. But anyway, guys, that's my Ranger collection. I hope you liked it. It's I put some time and work into it, and I'm pretty happy with it. If you guys have any questions about any of the pieces I got or where I got them, I will be happy to answer for you. A lot of it is just luck or a lot of money I spent on it. Some of them are things that I've kind of found in other places. So anyway, this is the Golden Green Ranger saying, you know what, I'm bringing it back. May the power protect you.